Namaste and welcome everyone. Welcome back to the program. In this lecture, we are going to start to explore the 5 energy fields as they relate to personality. So I'll start off by saying that everything in this universe, including us, we are all made up of these 5 energies. The difference and what makes us all unique is just the mixture of the energies to make us. It's like when you bake something, you might have the same ingredients, but if you use different quantities of the ingredients, you're going to have a different cake or a different cookie, whatever it is that you're baking. Or every time you cook something, you can have the same ingredients, but if you use different amounts of ingredients every time, the dish will be different every time. Same thing. We are created of these 5 energies, but the mixture is different, and that makes us unique. But essentially, we will all have one dominant energy. And when we have the knowledge and the understanding of the characteristics of the various energies, we are then able to be in a position where we can identify someone else's dominant energy, and we can then modify the way we interact with them to improve our communication, to improve our relationships, to improve our listening skills, to improve even sales and negotiations. This applies to everything, and it's very, very powerful, yet so simple. To be able to understand someone's basic energy is powerful, because then, as I said, you can modify the way you are interacting with them to achieve the highest, best outcome possible for whatever the needs or is of the moment. So very, very important, very, very powerful information, yet so simple. So we're going to start to explore this. And I'm going to start off by sharing an analogy, a story. So imagine there's a really big windstorm, and a huge tree falls over the road, and the road is blocked. Next morning, everyone needs to get to work. This is the only way out of town, let's say. First person arrives. They say, oh my goodness, a tree fell over the road. I can't drive my car. What am I going to do? I can't get to work. Oh, I can't get to work. I guess I'll just sit here and wait, and maybe someone will move the tree, but I don't know what to do. I can't get to work. Oh God, I can't get to work. Next person comes. Oh my, a tree fell over the road. Uh-oh, the path is blocked. What am I going to do? Well, maybe if I go around there and I go over those tree branches and I can get down over there, maybe there will be enough room for me to get around, and then I continue my path forward and I can get to work. I might be late, but I think I can do it. If I take this path, I think I can do it. Next person. My God, a tree fell over the road. What am I going to do? You know what I have to do? I have to get a saw. I have to cut up the tree. I have to burn the tree, get the tree out of the way, and then drive on through. Next person comes. Oh my goodness, a tree fell on the road. What kind of tree is this? A tree should not have fallen on the road like this. That doesn't make, this isn't good. This should not be happening. If they had not planted a tree with weak roots, this wouldn't have happened. I'm going to find out what type of tree this is. I'm going to go and I'm going to let the city know that they should not be planting this kind of tree near a road like this, because it is dangerous. It's poor planning. They should be planting trees with thicker, stronger roots and further from the street. Not good. Next person arrives. The tree, this beautiful tree, this beautiful old tree has fallen. That's so sad. I'm going to take out a piece of paper and I'm going to draw a beautiful picture of this tree to remember the spirit of the tree, to honor the tree's spirit. And then I'm going to dig a hole and hide it. I'll bury it nearby so that the spirit of the tree will always be remembered. Dramatic example, but an example of the way people dominated by the different energies tend to respond to things based on their dominant energy of earth, water, fire, air, and space. So now we're going to start to get into the characteristics of each element so we can further analyze and understand the differences between individuals who are dominated by a different energy. And of course, we'll always start and we'll always work through it in the same order. And we're going to start by exploring earth, the earth element, the individual who is dominated by the earth energy. And in terms of health, that's very common for someone who's dominated by this energy to experience disease and illness related to a malabsorption and acidity. Very, very common. Their injuries, very common from damp. The damp can really get into the joints, into the bones, and give them pain throughout the body. Their desire, major desire in life, to connect with others, to feel like part of a community, to feel a sense of belonging. It's very, very important to them. Emotional addiction, to feel needed. It's incredibly important to them. What do they seek? Family, belonging. They have that, mother energy, very caring, very nurturing, and they want to have this family, this belonging, feel part of this strong connection and community. Very, very important. Major emotion, sympathy. So someone who is dominated by the earth energy, they might hear of an incident happening, completely unrelated to themselves, completely unrelated to anyone they know. But if it's a tragic event, they will feel it inside of them, in their heart and their body, as if it happened to them, because they feel such tremendous sympathy. It's their major emotion, sympathy. What do they taste? What are their favorite tastes? Sweet. They have a sweet tooth. They love the sweet, whether or not they admit it. They love the sweet, and it helps them ground. It helps them just ground back down to earth. The water element. Water element usually experience diseases related to the kidney. They might experience cysts, infertility as well. Very, very common. These all three. The desire of the water element is to be clear and to be truthful. So be transparent. Very important to them. Emotional addiction, protection. They want to feel protected at all times. What is their major aversion? To feel too limited, too formed, to be forced to conform, on when there's too much form, that's a major aversion for them. What do they seek in life? To teach, to share, and they're exceptional teachers. And they want to teach that if you follow this path, you will reach that grand goal, devotion. So they're very, very good teachers by nature. What is the taste associated, the favorite taste for these individuals? Salty. They love the salt. Injury, as I believe I said, is the cold. So it's very important to note that. Cold, they do not like that. And they do not like secrets. This is a major aversion, just puts them off. They do not like secrets. They want to be told the truth at all costs. Truth, even if it's painful. They want to hear the truth. No secrets. Open communication. Very, very important to those of the water element. Moving into fire. Those who are dominated by the fire element, very common that they will experience illness related to the cardiovascular system, immunity issues, some sleep issues, some sleeplessness, and metabolism as well. Those are some common issues. Injuries arise from heat. A desire to complete a task and to feel fulfillment after completing the task. They love feeling that sense of fulfillment. I completed it, I did it. Very, very important to them. The preoccupation, constant stimulation. They constantly need to be stimulated. Otherwise, the aversion kicks in, which is boredom, and they cannot stand boredom. That's when challenges arise. So constant stimulation is very, very important. We want to avoid boredom. Keep them stimulated at all times. Keep them learning. Keep them moving towards something a goal. Teaching them something. Emotional addiction, love. To be in love. They love to love. What do they seek? A new love. Constantly. It's all about love. They're passionate. They're lovers. They are very, very passionate people. And they have a tendency to go from one to another. Just by nature, they are lovers, and they have this very passionate energy. Major emotion, enjoyment. They want to live life to the fullest, and they love to feel enjoyment. That's what they crave. They want this. What is their taste? Hot and spicy. Shifting into the air. The individuals dominated by air energy tend to have illnesses or diseases associated with the skin, the respiratory system, breathing. They find that they become injured very easily from anything with dry. Dry weather really gets to their body. They feel pain and more likely to injure themselves through dryness. Their desire, order, and systems. They love creating systems and having everything very, very organized and be able to explain everything. They're very systematic. Their preoccupation, ritual. They love ritual, the same elements in order all the time. Aversion, spontaneous things, spontaneous developments. They don't like spontaneous things that pop up. They like to plan, they like to have order, they like to be very systematic. So spontaneous is a no-go for the air energy, someone dominated by the air energy. Emotional addiction. They want to be right. They like to be right. They do not like to be wrong. This can create tension at times. What do they seek? Systems, structures, order. What is the major emotion? Letting go. They have the art of letting go. They are superior at this. This is their art. And what is the taste of someone, favorite taste of someone dominated by this energy? They like pungent tastes. Shifting to space. Those who are dominated by the space energy. Diseases that might arise are usually related to coordination of the limbs. They might experience cramping in the body, nausea as well, and spasms. Spasms can occur. Injury can arise from too much wind. So being in a climate where there's excessive wind, whether it be cold or hot, can create havoc on the body. So keep that in mind. Their desire to understand their place in life, their existence in life, their preoccupation. They cannot stop working. Those who are dominated by the space energy are addicted to work. They need to continue working. If they were to stop working, they just wouldn't know what to do with themselves. They're used to this process. They're used to working. They're very intellectual people, very intelligent generally, and they want to use the mind. They need to use the mind. They need to work to feel good about themselves. Aversion, bondage, limitations. They want to be free. They want to have the vastness of space, to explore the vastness of space. So you try and take someone who is of space energy and conform them and place them in a small space and confine them, or to a relationship even, for example, it creates challenges. It creates tension for the individual. Major emotions, anger. Anger, and the root cause of anger is because they are being prohibited from going where they feel they need to go, where they need to be, because space is so free and so open and so vast. So the anger arises when they feel prohibited and not that they don't have the ability to be free and expansive. That's where the anger arises. And they seek the perfect cause of continuing to work because they are so addicted to work. In terms of the taste, their taste that they really favor, sour. They love sour. So now, quick recap. We've gone through Earth. We've spoken about the very basic characteristics of the personalities dominated by the Earth, water, fire, air, and space elements. Previous to that, we spoke about the general energy of these elements as it relates in nature. So we're starting to progressively take it, narrow down our scope, narrow it down. When we return, we're going to take this deeper and we're going to look further into personality, working into relationships, working into our role in society based upon our dominant energies. Thank you, and we'll see you again soon. Namaste.